Shannon Lutz has come into court to sue Ed Lorman Sr. for $470 for a stolen cell phone.
When did the cell phone show up missing?
I had left it at a friend of mine's house, and whenever I went over to get it, the cell phone was missing.
She said, my battery ran out, so my phone is dead. And I knew she was lying to me.
So you knew she lied to you?
She would have to tell me the crowd of people that she was hanging out with. They do drugs, they have criminal records, and she knows I didn't want them hanging out with those people.
And were you there, Mr. Lorman Jr.?
Yes, I was.
Did you know that he was there, Mr. Lorman Sr.?
No, I did not.
How come you parents didn't know where your kids were?
I'm a single parent. I do the best I can.
Did you have her cell phone?
No. I used the phone once to make a phone call to my aunt, but I didn't have it. Someone else did.
You made another call on that phone?
No, I didn't.
I have on my cell phone bill that he called his home phone number, and his father's cell phone number is also on this phone. And I have on here an ex-girlfriend that Eddie was dating. Her phone number's on here several times.
Okay. Did you make those other phone calls?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes.
We tried to resolve it. She threatened to call the police, have my son arrested if I didn't pay the bill. So I said, she asked for $120. So I said, okay, I'll give her $120, if we could just squash it.
Let me ask, did you ask him to pay the $120 bill first?
Yes. When I originally spoke to him, they didn't want me to go to the cops. His aunt said that Eddie had been in trouble before and just got out of Berkshire.
Why do you say she's extorting you?
Because I used to sell to her. And
you're a drug dealer?
I used to sell, yes.
Are you currently a drug dealer?
No, I gave it up.
You think she thinks you still have drug money?
Exactly.
The next thing I know, you want $350 for a phone? What kind of a phone is this? Gold-plated?
No.
I don't know if Eddie Jr. here stole the phone. All I know is he used it. Okay? You haven't proven to me that it was Eddie. You're only going to get $120, which was what they agreed to pay for the bill. So judgment for plaintiff in the amount of $120.
James Malone is in court suing Audie Murphy and his wife Chrissy for $5,000 for trashing the treasures he'd stored in Murphy's house.
Mr. Malone, you are suing the Murphys for $5,000. The value of belongings you say that they threw away. Is that right?
They either threw them away or sold them for their own purpose.
Okay. You're saying that you believed they were abandoned. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Last year, I had in storage in Louisville, Kentucky, before I moved to Florida, in the hands of a good friend of mine, Carl. He gave me a call and said that Mr. Murphy's nephew was borrowing one of his trailers. Would I want to put my goods on the back of this trailer, and he would store them in his garage in Lakeland, Florida.
And was it to your house that Jeff was bringing the stuff?
Yes, but we didn't know anything about it until Jeffrey arrived back home with the trailer.
For 5 months, you don't bother to call about your things, right?
Right, because
Okay,
Carl
that's it.
tells me I don't have to worry about it, I can leave them in the garage.
Okay, what happens when you call them?
They tell me they disposed of them. And I was in a state of shock. They didn't even look at, I mean, you could see there were Oriental rugs. You could see there was a beautiful picture, the passage, which I had brought this tape, which I taped the belongings.
Okay.
They threw away Russian stuff I brought back from Russia in '94.
Did you throw out an 8x10 Oriental rug?
I don't know how big it was, but this rug was folded up in the middle and stuffed in a laundry bin.
You never opened it to see what was in it?
No, ma'am.
If you cared about them so much, you wouldn't have left them for 5 months.
This is my living room. There's the Oriental carpet I'm talking about that was stuffed in a box. That's an 8x12. There's the vase. There's the black boxes from Russia. There's the painting that she sold that I paid over $850 for. And she sold it for $15.
You're a liar.
That's what she told me.
I didn't even know there was a bloody painting.
Do you have any proof that that stuff was in storage and in her house?
Yes.
Let me see, Pete. This doesn't describe in any detail what it was that you had. I think if the stuff you claim to have left in their garage for 5 months was worth what you're telling me it was worth, you wouldn't have abandoned it there for 5 months. I find that you abandoned that property, your case is dismissed.